Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I want to talk tackling hyperpigmentation with vitamin C. Now, vitamin C is the most popular and talked about skincare ingredient in the world right now. In fact, last year it was the most Googled skincare related term on the net. And lots of people sing vitamin C's praises for its ability to brighten the complexion, but also dial back the rate of pigment production to help tackle hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and discoloration in the skin. I've used vitamin C over the past 5 years to help fade my own acne marks and discoloration, and I've really seen some great results. However, I think there's a lot of things you need to know and be aware of before you reach for that vitamin C for your discoloration, because using it correctly maximizes the amount of benefits you'll get from your vitamin C serum, but also minimizes the risk of sensitivity and other side effects. And that's kind of what I want to pick apart in today's video. I'm also going to be sharing with you some of my favorite vitamin C serums, specifically for tackling hyperpigmentation and dark spots. So sit back, relax, and let's talk all things vitamin C. Now, before we cut the waffle and delve into talking about vitamin C and hyperpigmentation, I do just want to give the usual shout out to remind everyone to click that like button and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Did you know around 50% of the viewers of Mad About Skin videos aren't subscribed to the channel? Why not? We're one huge big family here on Mad About Skin, and we would love to have you as a member. So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button below, ring that bell, and we'd love to have you as part of the Mad About Skin clan. But without further ado, should we talk hyperpigmentation and how we can use vitamin C to effectively tackle it? So hyperpigmentation, dark spots, discoloration, melasma, all these things are subtly different, but they're all characterized by an excess pooling of melanin, which is the body's natural protective pigment in certain areas of the skin. Hyperpigmentation is something we'll all experience at some point in our skincare journey. It impacts some people more than others, but because there's so many different things that can trigger it, I think at some point we'll all experience it. It can be as a result of UV exposure, diet, it can be hormone linked, it can be as a result of wounds in the skin such as acne, scratches or marks that just don't fade properly. It's usually characterized by that uneven distribution of that pigment, which pulls in certain areas, making them look darker than the rest of the skin around it. This can really knock our skin confidence. It can also prematurely age us, because studies have shown that we associate discoloration in the skin with older age, and so when people do suffer with hyperpigmentation, they can often feel that their skin is presenting as older than they actually are, and again, that just eats away at our skin confidence. Lots of people promote vitamin C as being like the go-to best ingredient when it comes to tackling discoloration and hyperpigmentation in the skin, and this is kind of what I want to come onto in this section of the video. Vitamin C is fantastic as a pigment corrector. That's because when used in the long term, it actually dials back the rate of pigment production in the skin. This is great because our skin will naturally turn over. Our cells naturally exfoliate themselves and turn over once every roughly 28 days. As a result of this, it takes with it some of the excess pigment that's built up. Because vitamin C is suppressing that pigment production, we're not replacing that excess pigment in the same quantity that it's been eradicated, so over time our skin will appear brighter, more even, and it will help minimize that hyperpigmentation. However, before you reach and run and grab that vitamin C, there's a couple of things you need to be aware of to make sure that you're getting maximum benefit from the serum that you're choosing and you minimize any risk of side effects. The first thing I want to call out in terms of my own experience is to remember vitamin C is not the only pigment correcting ingredient on the market. Because it gets so much hype, because it's so well respected and talked about, I think it often drowns out the other fantastic pigment correcting ingredients that can exist alongside it in your skincare routine. Vitamin C works predominantly, like I said, by suppressing the rate of pigment production in the skin, meaning you're not replacing the excess pigment once it's eradicated from the skin. However, if you combine your vitamin C with tranexamic acid and azelaic acid, they will also help to increase the rate of cellular turnover. So work beautifully alongside your vitamin C, which is suppressing the pigment production, to eradicate that excess pigment quicker. I think the best way to tackle your hyperpigmentation and get maximum results is to combine multiple pigment correcting actives. The holy grail trinity that I love is that vitamin C with tranexamic acid and azelaic acid. These three together just deliver maximum benefit, won't create too much skin sensitivity and side effects, and I think you'll see much faster results from these. One of the most frustrating things about hyperpigmentation is the time it takes to correct it. Usually studies have shown it takes double the amount of time to eradicate that hyperpigmentation as it took to arrive in the skin in the first place. This can be really frustrating because as humans we like to see those quick wins and those quick results. However, I think teaming your vitamin C with tranexamic acid and azelaic acid as like a perfect pairing and combination, I think will deliver really quick results, and I found that I've just got extra added benefit from that vitamin C alone. The second thing I want to call out is don't forget about the other benefits of vitamin C. Again, because everyone's singing its praises as a brightening agent that can help tackle hyperpigmentation, we forget about some of the unsung benefits of using a vitamin C serum in your routine. First and foremost, it's a powerful antioxidant. Antioxidants are a must-have in your skincare routine because they protect the skin from oxidative stresses and free radicals. These can cause cellular damage, they can age the skin, they can also lead to a dullness in our complexion. I think that vitamin C is a fantastic antioxidant. It's not the only one on the market, but this is definitely an added benefit of having it in your skincare routine beyond just pigment correction and brightening. It's also absolutely fantastic for boosting the levels of collagen in our skin. So collagen is one of the main building blocks of our cellular structure, and it gives our skin that firmness, elasticity and snapback. Our body naturally produces collagen, but over time the amount it produces does diminish. So using a vitamin C can be a great way of dialing up that collagen production, making sure that your skin retains its firmness and elasticity for longer. Whilst a lot of people are reaching for vitamin C for its brightening benefits, don't forget that it has other amazing benefits for your skincare routine that can make it a fantastic addition. The third thing I want to call out is not all vitamin C's are created equally, and there's different types of this fantastic ingredient, and it's really important that you match it to your skin type. Ascorbic or L-ascorbic acid is vitamin C in its purest form. I find that if you reach for an ascorbic or L-ascorbic acid, you get slightly quicker results. I find that you do get a little bit more potency straight out of the gate when using these two forms of vitamin C, but they can be quite drying on the skin. They can also trigger sensitivity, redness and irritation. You need to be really mindful of that because irritated skin is actually going to be more prone to hyperpigmentation in the first place, so you want to keep everything calm and soothed. A lot of people won't have a problem with L-ascorbic or ascorbic acid because they don't have pre-existing sensitivity and have relatively resilient skin, but do bear this in mind because it's not going to be for everyone. I actually covered in a recent video why I don't reach for ascorbic acid day in day out for my own preferred form of vitamin C. I'm going to leave a link to that up there. I like to reach for derivatives, and different vitamin C derivatives do different things. And magnesium ascorbyl phosphate is a fantastic derivative of vitamin C that's also proven to be extra hydrating. So if you have very dry skin and you want to tackle your hyperpigmentation, maybe magnesium ascorbyl phosphate will be the one for you. I love ascorbyl glucosides, which is another derivative that I find to be very calming and soothing alongside the fantastic brightening and pigment correcting benefits that it can bring. And this is one of the ones that I tend to prefer in terms of my own skincare routine because it just keeps everything in equilibrium and just dials back any redness and sensitivity that you might have. Finally, when it comes to vitamin C derivatives, I want to call out ascorbyl tetroisopalmitate, a ridiculously long name, but honestly, the results from this can be fantastic. Of all the vitamin C derivatives, I'd say this is the one that's closest to ascorbic or L-ascorbic acid in terms of the speed at which it can deliver that pigment correction and that overall brightening to our skin. It's a fantastic derivative, but whilst it's similar to ascorbic and L-ascorbic acid, it doesn't have the same amount of sensitivity-inducing pH that comes with it, and it won't trigger any redness or irritation in the skin. Whichever derivative you go for, I think there's a lot of flexibility that we didn't have 5 years ago before these ingredients existed, and they're definitely worth exploring in more detail. I captured a little bit more of a deep dive into derivatives in a recent video, which I'll link up there. If you're tempted by them, definitely check that out to make sure you're getting the right one for your skin type and what you want to get from the product. Finally, remember, consistency is key. A lot of people want those quick results, and certain types of vitamin C will deliver them, but we need to be in it for the long haul. If you're tackling your hyperpigmentation, you need to be consistent with the products that you use and use them over a couple of months to really see the maximum benefits. I think we all change out our products and our ingredients a little bit too frequently, which doesn't let the skin actually adjust to them and start reaping the amazing benefits that you can get. So make sure that you're consistent with your application, use it at least once a day once you've built up tolerance to it, and use it in the long term to really see those benefits. Of course, if a product isn't working for you and after you've used it 2 or 3 months you think, yes, this isn't working for my skin and I'm not getting those results, then absolutely mix it up and try something different. But make sure that you don't give up after a couple of applications, because with any topically applied skincare, you need to be in for the long haul. It's a marathon and never a sprint. Now, at this point in the video, hopefully I've explained how vitamin C works to help correct hyperpigmentation, dark spots and discoloration, and I know from my own experience using the ingredient and the benefits that you can get from it. My skin is definitely more even. I find that my hyperpigmentation is less pulled, much more broken apart. Whilst I always like to combine my vitamin C with other actives such as tranexamic acid and azelaic acid, I definitely feel that the vitamin C is doing a lot of heavy lifting in terms of keeping my skin smooth, even in terms of the pigment pigment production and just making sure that any acne marks that I have fade a lot quicker. However, it's always worth remembering that not all vitamin C serums are created equal. And if you're looking for like maximum benefit in terms of tackling hyperpigmentation and discoloration, there's a couple that I want to call out as being ding 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 holy grails. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to this product, which is the C Glow Serum by Geek and Gorgeous. I love Geek and Gorgeous, but I'd say this is probably my favorite product from them. This is a pure form ascorbic acid based vitamin C, and this is really important to note because you will get some tingling, some sensitivity and irritation if you already have very sensitive skin. So this is definitely designed for people with resilient skin that are looking for maximum impact in terms of the timescales that you'll start to see this break apart, that hyperpigmentation, but you're not worried about excess sensitivity and irritation. This is so potent because it's made fresh every single week. Vitamin C oxidizes really quickly, which means that the effectiveness of it diminishes. You want a vitamin C that's been made fresh within a very short time frame, delivered to you so you're getting that maximum potency. Very few brands actually offer that, and so this I'd say is the very best pure form vitamin C on the market. You'll get really quick results, and I don't find that because of the base and the other ingredients it's formulated with, it's too sensitizing and too prickling on the skin, but definitely want to avoid if you have pre-existing sensitivity. If you're looking for a pure form vitamin C, but you do want something that's maybe a little bit more gentle than the one that I've just called out, this is a fantastic option by Stratia. This is their C+C serum. The reason I love this is it combines L-ascorbic acid alongside a vitamin C derivative. This means that you're getting the same potency, but you're getting less risk of sensitivity, redness, and irritation than you would get if you just went for a pure form vitamin C serum. This is so beautiful. It's in an airtight pump, which is going to minimize that oxidation that I just referenced. I just find all told it's a really nice product. Definitely for someone who wants to have that pure form vitamin C but is worried about the sensitivity, this could be your best friend. When it comes to vitamin C derivatives, this is where I think my skin best suits vitamin C. I like to reach for a derivative because whilst I don't have really sensitive skin, I'd say my skin is pretty resilient. When I use very high strength pure form vitamin Cs, I do get that redness, that tingling, that prickling that isn't that pleasant on the skin. And so I find with vitamin C derivatives, in the long term, I get the same results, but I just find them easier to apply and incorporate into my routine. One of my favorites is this. This is the Amel C Whip by Face Theory, which is a beautiful vitamin C derivative based moisturizer. It's got some SPF in here, so it's kind of like a multifunctional product. If you're looking to streamline your routine, glides onto the skin, hydrates you to the gods, and I just think is a really nice vitamin C based product. I also created my own serum. This is the Mad About Skin Got You Covered Super Serum with a derivative because I actually found it was really hard to find ascorbyl glucoside featuring in a multifunctional product, and this is why I wanted to create my own to get all the benefits without having to have like 15 different steps in my routine. I said earlier in the video that to maximize on benefits, I like to combine my vitamin C with azelaic acid because that way you get the increased cellular turnover as well as the suppression of that pigment by the vitamin C. This contains a 5% concentration of a vitamin C derivative alongside a 5% concentration of azelaic acid, which is kind of that perfect balance to get maximum efficacy when it comes to tackling your own hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and discoloration. I definitely love a good vitamin C derivative, and there's lots on the market. So check that video I linked earlier, kind of explaining some of my favorites, because there's definitely more to the two that I called out now, but these I'd say are the ones I use most frequently in my own routine. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of vitamin C and how it can effectively be used to tackle hyperpigmentation. Hopefully this has given you some good product recommendations in terms of the ding holy grail vitamin C serums out there, but also it's kind of showed you how to incorporate them effectively to get the maximum benefit whichever one you choose. Sound off in the comment section below with any thoughts, feelings and opinions, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well and love your skin. Take care. Bye.